your recommendations for endorsement, this communication to the Council should be listened by Presidency and by ministers here, but I believe that this is not a difficult role to persuade committed ministers to focus more, to create more dynamism in areas which are so close to their daily work, but also so important for future of Europe in mental and of course broader cultural terms. On the first area, cultural diversity and intercultural dialogue, I said many times that diversity is growing, enlargement is here, it will continue, immigration is also reality. So if one side of the coin, diversity, is growing, we need to work also on unity. Diversity in unity, or united in diversity, is the best narrative for Europe in 21st century. And unity can be promoted really via more access to culture, but also via stronger, deeper, more influential dialogue in between cultures. Instead of multi-culti comments, laments, intercultural dialogue, respect, understanding, and of course added value in living together. Two key words to remember what I made from Antonio Ferreira, curiosity and openness. I think openness should be synonym of Europe. I'm very glad to hear that you highlighted the importance of this approach here so strongly. Intergenerational, interreligious dialogue, all these will be promoted not only in special year 2008, but I want to encourage you to do it as a permanent approach, especially and also via our program Culture 2007. There is one pillar specially devoted to intercultural cooperation. Promoting mobility of artists and professionals, encouraging multilingualism, and supporting the emergence of intercultural meeting places. These are concrete objectives that you have rightly identified, and we will help to develop it further. Second objective on the culture as catalyst for creativity, it's very important for the image of culture. It's many times seen as a consumer of money, as something what simply needs more money, but culture brings also jobs and growth. For the first time we came with the study last year, it got a lot of warm welcome. We got first time in spring this year recognition in the summit council conclusions on Lisbon on importance of creative industries. And of course creative industries are not only about Lisbon strategy, but also about our identity, because it disseminates and promotes our creativity, European provenience, very important. Here I would just underline your call for developing sustainable strategy to promote creativity. And as I said, we will support it by special year, but by also policies in other areas. Culture is really very horizontal, and especially here we can see a lot of issues related to each other. Creativity, innovation, and risk-taking are strongly interlinked. Specific tools should be developed to address these challenges. And the third, not the least, but very important, what Volker Hassemeyer said about the role of culture for international relations of Europe. I think that if we listen to messages of founding fathers, Schuman, for example, was the first president of European Cultural Foundation, inter alia. So this was a message that culture matters. And he called, and many others called, Europe to be a protagonist of humanity, protagonist of solidarity. I think that one specific issue in time of globalization, now in 21st century, which deserves attention and European support, is protection and promotion of cultural diversity. This is our definition. This makes us Europe. But this is something what we could share with the world around, and especially with the most vulnerable countries which expect solidarity. As we try to lead or work against climate change, I think we should try and lead and work towards promotion of cultural diversity. This is a great role which Europe could and should play, I think. And here I think we need to develop a new strategic approach and innovative partnerships, getting culture into all our regional or strategic global relations. For example, with Portuguese presidency, we will try to finalize one of the 4 segments or sectors with the Russian Federation where we want to work on culture. Now we believe that this is the way we can proceed. In other areas it's more difficult, but culture can be really mind and eye or heart opener. Culture helps to bring more understanding in many other areas, and we need these understanding areas or areas of understanding in many international relations. To close, I'm also very happy that you endorsed open method of coordination. This seems like something made in Brussels. We have this method in many areas, and they are progressing positively. They are in hands of member states. It's not harmonization. It's the method where we focus more when we really keep momentum. We define agenda. It doesn't need to be on the kind of benchmarks or quantitative objectives. It will be in the hands of competent authorities, in some countries, subnational authorities. I think it can empower our regions, so also regions should get this message correctly, rightly. I'm happy to see some positive reactions from member states, also from European Parliament, some from Committee of Regions. This is something what could help to make our regions even more visible, because they are places of cultural identity and cultural promotion. I will finish with saying that it's also easier to work in time when people believe that culture should step in, should be in the center, as we say in our commission, in the heart of Europe's project. Today we released the Eurobarometer on culture, 26,000 citizens from 27 countries. Just 2-3 messages. A very large proportion of Europeans, close to 90%, perceive a greater need for culture to be promoted at EU level. Almost the same figure, close to 90, feel that cultural exchanges are important and call on EU to facilitate cultural exchanges. 77% feel that culture is important in their lives. And the last, not least, close to 60%, they are positive about the effects of globalization, believe that it will give new dynamism to European culture, thereby extending the influence of Europe in the world. I think this is something what is very encouraging for now promoting cultural agenda, cultural cooperation even more. This is a good message for not only Commission, but especially for ministers and member states. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really happy to see this forum giving the first reaction and impetus. Integration was never and is never and should be never about assimilation or absorption of newcomers, smaller, weaker, but about participation under the same rules, under the agreed rules or principles. And from this point of view, we can and we should create community of cultures participating, working together, community of people where 23 languages is not a problem, but the reality, it's something what defines us. 3 alphabets, it's not something problematic, but very, very important for understanding and for cultures. I want to encourage also you as people from cultural fields to continue in participating in this dialogue. I would like to call all of you to bring your best contributions progressively, gradually to our European agenda for culture. Apelo a todos a melhor contribuição à nossa agenda europeia para a cultura. Obrigado. Thank you very much.